Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Bigfoot. No, just kidding. I'm Moose. And I'm happy to be back. And I got these new little feet, and they're awesome. So, hopefully everyone's doing fine, staying healthy, staying safe, and doing their part to get through this. I want to say thank you. I posted an update video, I believe just before this, or sometime before this video, and letting you know what's going on and how I'm doing or what happened and whatnot, and you know, so if you saw that, you know kind of what's going on with me. But I want to say thank you to everyone who kind of responded and said uplifting things and told me to keep my head up and whatnot, and I really appreciate that, guys. It's really awesome to see the support that the YouTube community as well as the knife community gives and what love they show, and I totally appreciate that, guys. So thank you. But yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to jump back on the horse and pump out some videos and just do some things. So that being said, today we have a knife review, and that is of this cool little dude. This is the Fox Knives Baby Core. Fox Knives Baby Core. I believe it's a smaller version of their full-size core. I'm kind of doing this late at night on a whim, but yeah. So it's a cool Vox Knives design, and I'll give you some specs, and we'll get into it. I might be a little rusty. I feel rusty. Rust is not good on knives or in YouTubers. All right, so let's see here. So the overall length is 5.7 inches. The blade length is 2.37 inches long. The cutting edge is 2.25 inches. The blade width from cutting edge to spine is about 1 inch, and the blade thickness is 0.12 inches. So you can see that here, hopefully. Maybe not. Somewhere in there. Okay. Yeah. The handle width is 1 inch. And the handle thickness is 0.54 inches thick. And the overall weight is 2.84 ounces, which is really weird, because when I first got this knife, I thought it was actually pretty heavy for the size. And I'll cover that in a sec. But here we go. It has a black stonewash finish. Starting with the blade, it is a very cool full-bellied kind of sheep's foot design, which you don't see very much, but I like it. So the actual sheep's foot hoof part, the tip is kind of shallow, so it does kind of actually come to a center point in the knife, and then you have all this belly, so it's going to be great for kind of rocking cuts. Fun little slicer. It is a flat grind, plain edge blade. You do have a ricasso or a choil here for sharpening. You can kind of bite up on it, but it's really kind of small, so I don't believe it was meant for a finger choil, but it is there, and if you do choose to do that, be very careful. We have this oval opening here, pill-shaped opening, and there's no jimping on the top of the spine. And as far as markings, we have this cool little fox head, and then we have the Vox. And then it's also made in Monago, Italy, and it is an N690 blade steel. And I just want to say this is my first Fox knives that I reviewed. Came in this little box, and I really didn't know what to think when I got this package in the mail, because it was like square, and I was like, what the heck is square? Because usually, knife boxes are rectangular, so... But this came out of it. Now, I will say that this knife does come in a bunch of different colors. It has either a stonewash or a black stonewash blade finish. And then the handle colors come in like an OD green, orange, black, red, and then this blue here, which is pretty cool. And then they all have the same textured kind of honeycomb design, which I think looks really awesome. And so I guess we might as well move into... Well, actually, we're not quite done with the blade, I guess. So it can be a flipper, or you can use the thumb studs as well. I will say that the deployment on this is really snappy, because this knife specifically, the model I got, has a pretty strong detent. So you actually have to kind of push pretty hard, especially with your thumb, but I broke it in a little bit. So I'm just wondering if all of them have that strong of a detent or not. Yeah, going into the handle, after all those colors, it is like an FRN or a GFN handle, polymer, plasticky, but the honeycomb design looks really cool. With the black blade here, I'm not sure if the other colors have the black hardware, but I'm pretty sure they do. If I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments below. But this one for sure has matching black hardware as far as I can see. There is a nice chamfering on the thumb hole deployment area that is available on both sides, but it's definitely more shallow here on the right side compared to the left. Yep, and then all the other edges seem to be chamfered a little bit. There is a lanyard hole, and it has a wire pocket clip, which is huge. I love wired pocket clips, deep carry, fold over wire pocket clips. And it's blacked out to match the rest of the hardware, and I love it. And that was part of the reason why I pulled the trigger on this. So when I first saw this knife, I thought, man, this thing looks cool. It has a wire pocket clip. It's small. I thought it had a full-size choil, so that was kind of a disappointment. And I thought it'd be a nice lightweight EDC. Now, even though it's under 3 ounces, it felt heavy, and part of that reason is because I've been carrying around this little guy for my main carry, and yeah, it's pretty much, this is all I've been carrying lately is the mini bug out, and that's just super light. But that being said, so I was surprised, and the reason why it's so heavy is honestly is this backspacer. It's a stainless steel, thick backspacer. It does kind of expose itself, so you do kind of have a striking pommel, kind of, but not really. You know, it's not tactical in any way, but I mean, you could break a window with it if you had to, I'm sure. So yeah, so that's kind of what puts the weight into this knife. And I'll say, you know, ergos, it's a 3-finger grip. If you do go up, it's, you know, you really got to be careful, but for the most part, 3-finger grip. And I didn't like it at first, but then after using it, I definitely got used to it, and now I enjoy it, and I actually did carry it quite a bit. So yeah, N690 blade steel. Let's compare it to some other knives. We got the Ferrum Forge Mini Archbishop, which is just awesome. We have the Kershaw Shuffle 2, and we'll throw out the mini bug out. So as you can see, it is short as far as blade length goes. Handle length, it's amongst the shortest. I'm always impressed with the Mini Archbishop, with how short the handle is and then how long the blade is. But yeah, we're talking about the baby core. So there's that. Handle length there. Kind of thickness. It's kind of just a stout little dude. Blade thickness, you can see it's thicker than the mini bug out. Love these colors. Going up against the Archbishop. Thickness about the same. Look at all that jimping. And yeah, you can definitely feel the weight. This one's much lighter. And then going into this one, I think the baby core is just slightly thicker. Weight-wise, it's pretty similar, just because the Shuffle 2 has that backspacer, cap lifter, flat edge. But, you know, that I just wish they would have put like G10 or GFN or whatever. But I will say that it is pretty similar feeling as far as kind of size, kind of in the same range. But I don't know. Definitely this one's cooler, and I definitely like the pocket clip better. But yeah. All right, so going into our last quick test here, we were going to do the ugly brown glove test. Grip wise, there's a little bit of texturing I can feel. Yeah, I wish, whenever I have the glove on, I always wish there's some sort of jimping along the top edge. And there is some on this back spacer, so, that kind of adds some. But, yeah. Let's try and... The flipper works. I can find it. It does launch out. I can disengage the liner lock. It is a liner lock, by the way. Recessed liners. Using the thumb hole opening. It's a little tricky, but it works. Huh. Get my finger in that choil there and see. Yeah, getting that finger in that choil actually grips in pretty good, as long as I'm pressing my fingers and the handle into the palm. So yeah, pretty good. Yeah, does it pass? Yes, it does. Nice job, baby core. What do I give it? I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B. B plus. B plus. We'll give it a B plus. It's a good job, baby core. I've never handled the full-size core, so if you have any comments, if you've handled both, which one you prefer, leave those in the description below. But other than that, guys, there you have it. Who is this knife for? I think it would make a great urban EDC, even a small camp kind of kitchen knife. It's good for more slicey camp tasks. By no means is this a bushcraft knife, but urban warrior, urban EDC all the way, and just general EDC. So there you have it, guys. Baby core. I'll leave links in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for all the support. And stay tuned to my channel, guys. I will do my best to bring you content. Thank you, and peace. See you outside.